Alright. I am now in a new situation. I'm in a new place. This is my new apartment. And as a tribute to my old apartment, I'm using footage that I recorded when I was still unaware that I would be moving. I had no idea that I would move a week later to a new place. And that is quite strange, it's quite weird. If you think about it. And that's sometimes how life is, you don't know what's gonna happen. And sometimes it comes with a punch in the face and then you either rise to the challenge or it will beat you to the ground. Now you could say I've risen to the challenge, and now the challenge is also that at 11 at night I'm recording something, and I don't know if there's people sleeping down here. I don't know if they can hear what I'm saying. But one thing that has me a bit more relaxed about it is the fact that, first of all, I'm speaking more or less quietly, because I've done most of my shouting, and at the same time, these walls are quite high, they're like 3 meters, and that means that even if I speak, it won't be as loud, so when somebody's already sleeping, it's very unlikely that I'm going to wake them up. And if I would, they would probably signal it to me, so all I can do is I simply keep going with my work. I am as respectful as I can be, but I have a really weird rhythm. And sometimes people also have to adjust to somebody new moving in to a house who doesn't have the rhythm that most people have. So when most people sleep, I'm awake. And when most people are awake, I might sleep, or I might also be awake because I also don't sleep as much anymore. And one reason why I sleep less is because there are fewer things that make me tired. One thing that makes you tired is certainly diet. Another thing that makes you tired is the way you think, the way you feed your mind, because anything you think about is like food for the mind. So if you think a lot about really meaningless stuff like the color of your car or, I don't know, the shape of clouds or something, this is like really useless stuff to think about. The only thing that I find worth thinking about is finding solutions for problems. So I look at the world in terms of there are problems that we as humanity are creating and maintaining because we are afraid to let go and say the industry has been sold to us as something that is really great, but ultimately what it is a pile of shit. It makes the air toxic, it overproduces, it exploits, it suppresses, it defiles life. And that is something that I am trying to work against by raising awareness to what is really going on, because we are walking around like we have created something really great. But what is really the purpose of being able to lift 70 tons of, I don't know, train wagon with a hydraulic lift? Like, what is that for an accomplishment? I mean, nature can do much better things and without producing toxins, because what you always have to look at, you see, it's not enough to simply look at, oh wow, look at what we can create as humans. Look at how we can create trains and railways and it makes us go faster. And No, you also have to look at the cost at which it comes, and the cost at which fast transportation comes is with toxic air. And now we've created this world that is really fast-paced and where time is something that people feel is running away from them. Now I've lost my point, which doesn't really matter, but the point is, what are we all doing? Like, why don't we just take the time, slow down a little, instead of hurrying through this, like we're almost about to die, because for all we know, we might still live for an eternity. Because when your mind is relaxed and calm, you will know what eternity is. But for that, you have to change your habits, you have to change yourself, you have to cleanse emotionally, physically, spiritually. You have to do certain exercises that cleanse the mind, that cleanse your soul, and that allow you to move on into the next stage. And that means you have to take responsibility for everything you have done until now and say, I see that I've done it, I acknowledge it, I feel the shame, it's okay, I let it go. And this is then your exit out of a lot of bad habits that you have, and it will take a lot of time because you have to look at a lot of things that you've done in your life. And instead of telling yourself that eating sugar all the time is really good because it's really nice, you could just acknowledge that you're basically a heroin addict that is running around advertising the products of the sugar industry, which is basically advertising exploiting nature and turning children into addicts. Is something that we should stand against, because the industry gives no shit about children. If you have ideas of content, if you have topics that you would like to discuss, have discussed, I open up to the possibility of you sending me an email at mail@christopher-reusch.com and send me whatever topic you have, and I will then concern myself with it. You can also write me a letter of whatever you want to say to me, and I will look at it and I will respond in my own time. But just know I will answer it. You can email me at mail@christopher-reusch.com. And I can also help you if you want to create content but don't know how yet. I could help you with this to sort out a few things. But always know that you have to actively work for this. I'm not your holy grail. You have to do certain things and simply do them and keep doing them until you can manage without me. And until then, I may help you in certain ways by just giving you hints or exercises. And if you want to, you can do them, but it's your own choice, it's your own responsibility. Right? I will never force you to do anything. If you don't do it, you could say, I don't really care, because I don't have the capacity to care for everyone who doesn't want to put in the work. I put in the work, and that's why I'm standing here at 11 at night recording episodes, so that I can simply keep doing what I'm doing, which is, you may say, spreading consciousness or raising awareness. Because the way I see it is, we are short on conscious people, and that's why we need to connect.